naked nails. Well, everybody, welcome back to Decorate Every Nail You Got. It's time to do the fingernails. So it's almost back to school time. I am going to be using some of these MoYou London plates, and I'm going to do some back to school stuff, you know, teacher and all. So I think we should get started. The first thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and I've already put down my gel base coat and I've cured it. Now I'm going to go ahead and put down, I'm going to make 3 of the nails white and 2 of them black and do a little fun design. You can see here I've actually already kind of sketched everything out that I want on my sticky stamper station thing from Maniology. I'll be using some Sendationail and some Coscelia polishes, and we'll lay down the base colors and get started that way. Before I begin painting, I want to make sure to get all my little nail beds all cleared off with some alcohol wipes, and then I go ahead and start painting. As I said, I'm going to be using 2 different colors. I'll be painting 2 of the nails black, and the rest of them will be super bright white because I'm going to do a lot of different techniques on here. I really wanted some basic colors in the background, and I really wanted the colors to pop on the black and the white. As this is a gel polish, of course I'm going to have to spend some time curing these bad boys under the light. So I will put them into the light for about a minute and a half or so. And of course it wouldn't be me if we didn't have a second coat of Happy Joy. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and put a second coat on all of these, and then we'll be ready for stamping. I don't know if I've ever shared this before, but when I stamp, once I've done my gel polish, in order for the stamp to stick properly, a lot of times I have to use an alcohol wipe and wipe them down. So yeah, that's what I'm doing next, and I'm going to start stamping right after that. So yep, do the alcohol wipe, and sometimes you'll see that it'll take some of the shine off. That's okay, because you want the stamp to be able to stick to your nails. Okie dokie. Okay, so I'm actually going to do some layered stamping as well as some reverse stamping. And for my layered stamping, I'm going to go ahead and put some notebook paper down. I'm going to use this it's not Maniology. This is MoYou London. I'm going to use the, what is this called? Notebook paper one here. And then I'm going to be using this one, this graph paper looking one. Life is full of mistakes, people, and you're going to see many of them on this video. This particular clip is a mistake. I left it in here though so you could see that, hey, I made mistakes, and I leave some other ones in here as well. So it's going to be a little bit longer. This particular video will be a little bit longer than they normally are. Yeah, those lines are crooked. Okay, so for this one, the graph paper is a little, oh man, it's a little messed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stamp it, but then I'm going to go back and I'm going to fill in any of the spots that are blank. I'll fill it in with my own stuff. Whoops, I forgot to undo that one. Let's take that guy off of there. All right, let's try again. I'm just looking where I can find the most bang for my buck because I want all the graph paper on there. Okay, I've got that down. Now you can see that I have some spaces that still need to be filled in. So I'm just going to use my silicone mat here. Thank you, Maniology. I'm going to use a detail brush and I'll just fill in and complete those lines. Oops, maybe I'll try to do a good job at it. I mean, moral of the story is, peeps, when you do math, use some graph paper, people. Be organized. Jeez Louise. Okay, there we go. And then I'll put my some other stamps on top of that. By the way, I don't love how thick this ended up being, so I was just using my fingernail. Just a little tip. You can actually make your lines a little bit straighter by using your fingernail. To just push that polish up or back a little bit. It's kind of a nice, easy way instead of having to remove it with nail polish remover. And then it just becomes a little straighter. I like that better. Okay, I'm going to be boring, and I'm going to use black. I hope this black still works. It's a Maniology black. You can tell it's well loved. Anyway, I'm going to be boring and use black for the graph. I only want this sign function right here, so I'm going to use that guy and stamp him off. Any extra I will take off of there because I ain't gonna need it, y'all. So, I'm cleaning my stamper now. I was not prepared. I was not prepared. We'll stamp that off of there. Okay, you can see because I waited, it doesn't look stellar, so I'm going to do that one again. Okay, this time I have everything ready. I'll put the black on my sign function. I'm going to scrape it once and pick up very quickly because this is an older polish. I want to pick up very, very quickly. And there we have it. Let's see. I don't like this extra little bit. Let's see if I can point it out to you. This little bit right here, I'm going to go ahead and take it off. So I'm going to use my little sticky stamper station thing, just the corner of it. And I'm going to dab off that little piece I don't like or I don't want. Yeah, see? Now that's what I'm going to be using. I'm going to put it on here and I'm going to leave space for an A+ down here. So let's go ahead and put that here. Of course, I'm that kind of math nerd that I want it to be lined up with the X and Y axis. So I'll do that and then I'll put an A+ thing down here. Layered stamping, babies, layered stamping. So it's not all gonna fit, but I will be able to you'll be able to at least see this person got an A on their assignment. So I will scrape once, pick up, let's make sure the image looks good. And right now it doesn't matter if I have this other extra little piece because I'm just gonna be hanging off the nail anyway. So there we go down here, whoops. You guys can't see anything. Let's put it right here. And we'll make it drape off just so you can kind of see that they got an A. There we go. Perfect. By the way, I just realized all these were crooked, so yeah. Hey, why? Okay, I just realized all these were crooked, so I'm gonna go ahead and redo that one. Yeah, I don't like that, so I want them to be nice and straight. So we gonna redo, and redo. Okay, I've got everything ready. Stamp it in this direction. Normally I don't use that much polish, but I want to make sure to get in all the nooks and crannies. Okay, let's see if we can try to get this one straight on the nail this time. Jeez, lady, let's go for some good notebook paper this time. Let's see how that looks. Much better. Okay, another little trick. I've got some extra lines on my stuff over here, on my stamper. I'm gonna use them to complete these ones over here that were not quite complete. So I'll just kind of line them up, if I can. I'll line them up and kind of dab them on, and you'll see, boom, it finishes them. It's kind of a nice trick. Okay, so on this one, I'm gonna be doing some multiplication tables. I don't know how we can go from basic multiplication to sign graphs. Whatever, people. We're just, I mean, you need all of these things to be successful in mathematics, right? So let's just make this happen. Boop. Let's see how easily it comes off. Oh, very nice. It's hard to see, I know, I'm sorry. Okay. And this one might be a little difficult to get straight on here, so. Hey, not bad. Not bad at all. Doesn't look like I'm focused. Okay, so there we go, that's what it looks like. I'm kind of a little bit of a clean junkie, so I really don't like going on until I clean up a little bit. So yeah, I will clean up my plates before I go on to any other nails. And the next one I think I'm going to be doing is a ruler. Let me see if I can find the ruler. Oh yeah, it's right here. I thought that would be cool if I put it on my pinky. And yeah, so I'll be putting this in white on this black. And that way I can use it kind of to measure stuff. Wouldn't that be fun? But it's not really a centimeter. Who cares? It's fine. Now it's time for another screw up. So you'll see that I don't like the way that I do this particular one, and then I end up redoing it. I am really picky about my stamps, and it's so easy to redo them on gel polish. If you're on gel polish, then if you make a mistake, you just take a little bit of acetone, remove it, and start again. So that's totally what I've done here. You'll see I redo it now. Okay, so I'm going back in with the Bam Wet. This time I'm going to make sure that I get at least the cm for centimeters on there. And then hopefully it all works out. I mean, I don't want it to look bad. Okay. So what I'm shooting for is more of the cm to be on there. So I'll try to get it right at the cuticle line. We'll see what happens here. I can't see anything, y'all. Let me move it way over here. Oh, of course it's out of focus. I mean, of course it is. There it goes. That's a little off, but I think I'm okay with that. You could tell it's centimeters. I'm good with that. And of course the little things do bother me. So there's a little bubble in this line right here, and there's a little bubble in the one. I'm just gonna take a tiny little dab and I'm gonna fill them in. It drives me nuts when I see those on people's photos. So I just do, and it's all finished. And then there's no more bubble. No math course would be complete without a little bit of help from Pythagoras. So I thought on this white nail, I'm going to put the Pythagorean theorem. I hope it'll fit. I'm going to do it diagonally, and then I'm going to put a cute little apple on there. I thought a nice blue, like on the notebook paper, would be good to use here. So yeah, let's make that happen. Good old Pythagoras. Oh, no, we're going to have to redo that. Me no likey. It's not complete. That was just one screw up. There are many more to come with this particular stamp. So I just kept redoing it again and again and again. In this clip, you'll see that I actually even get it on the nail, and then I still don't like it. So I decided that it was up and down, and really I didn't want it up and down. I didn't think it looked quite right, so I ended up putting all of them side by side, which you'll see in the next clip. But yeah, sometimes you just have to do it until you get it right. Like I said, gel polish is the bomb. The image is spread far enough apart that I actually can pick up the whole thing and then put it on piece by piece. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and scrape it the same way though. And remember to roll like I did before. There we go. Okay, so now I have 3 distinct separate things, and I'll put each of them on side by side. Whoops, maybe I need to clean the nail. Just possibly. Yeah, let's do that. Let's clean that bad boy off. Because I'm wearing gel polish, I just take a little bit of acetone, whoop, wipe it off, and it's no big deal. Okay, and I'm going to do sideways, so a squared. I'm just touching and picking up, and you'll you'll see that I have that b squared still there. Plus b squared equals, oh, that works for me. I can't get everything diagonally, but I can get that. And then I think I'll put a cute little apple on top. In order for my apple to fit, I actually need to shrink it a little bit. And I also want it to be a red apple, so I'm going to outline it in black and then do it in red. But I need to shrink it, so I'm going to use an old one of these that's actually, what is this? This is a stamper head that's actually, it's broken, it's damaged. So you'll see how I go ahead and shrink it, but the gist of it is that you curl this up like this, you stamp it, and then when you pick it up, it'll become smaller. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so I'm going to pick it up. This black is really, really old, so I need to go ahead and make sure to work quickly with this. And I'm squeezing together on all sides, pick it up. There we go, there's a tiny little apple, and now it'll fit perfectly. I do want to make this a reverse stamp, so I am going to go ahead and paint I just need my detail brush and a little dab of red, and we'll be G to G. I am going to have to wait for this to dry, so while I'm waiting for this to dry, I can start my other one, which is also going to be a reverse stamping. We're going to use a rectangular prism. It's going to be super amazing and awesome. I need to turn this over in a minute to check, because remember, you really don't know if you've got it all until you've turned it over and checked. I'm going to turn it over just to make kind of sure. In the middle, it looks a little wonky. A little black, I don't know why. So I'll just do a little boop, boop, boop. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get rid of that unless I redo it, and I think I'm okay with it. So there we go, and then when I get done, I'll probably add a little bit of green on the leaves just to make sure it looks green. So let's stamp this rectangular prism in white. I will color it in with yellow, but for now, yeah, baby. That looks good. Hope you guys can see that. Looks good to me. So I will color this guy in with yellow. I'm using a little bit of Maniology. This one is Maui Gold, babies. Maui Gold. And I'm going to, oh, I probably should have used a bigger brush, but I think this will be okay. And I'm just going to color this one in. So I'm working on multiple stamps at the same time. While the other one's drying, I actually get to work on this one. I think this is going to look really cool with a black background. And every once in a while, as usual, I'll turn it around just to make sure that everything is looking good. Okay, I see a couple of places I missed, so I'll go along the edges. And try to get as close as I possibly can. Oh yeah, I missed those big time. Okay, I'm gonna need a little bit more. So, Maui Gold. By the way, Maniology is so amazing. See, this actually arrived like this. They sent me a new one. I sent them an email and they sent me a new one right away. I couldn't believe it. They're so, actually I can believe it. They're really, really good. So if you've never ordered from them, you might think about it. And don't forget that if you use my code GrooveMama, it's in the description box and it'll also be listed at the end of this video, you'll get 10% off. Yay, you. All the way to the edge. Oh no, I think I went over. Poople snaps. All right, let's have a look at the other side. Oh man, I did. I got a little over on the edge in the bottom corner. That's okay. I'll use my fingernail like I did earlier and just kind of scooch it back. Okay, we'll wait for this bad boy to dry and we will apply the apple from the other nail. Okay, so I've got my apple ready to go. I just need to use a little bit of foil glue so it becomes sticky. Oh, and that was way too much. So probably actually dab a little excess off there. And I've got to wait for about, I don't know, usually only about 10 or 15 seconds before it gets tacky enough for me to do it. Since this is such a small image, it's probably ready to go. So I will go ahead and position the apple, people. Boop. There it is. Cute little apple. I am going to go back in and put a little doot doot with green. Again, I've got some Maniology. This one's Opus 1. I'm just going to dab some on there. I'm going to take my detail brush. And really, I just need a tiny little bit, just so it looks like a green leaf. So that's all I'm going to do is a boop, boop, and a boop. Look at my shaky old lady hands. There you go. And that nail is finished. Now I'm going to work on my rectangular prism. I do believe that this guy is dry enough. I did put a little bit more than I should. The polish was really thick, so anyway, let's hope it works out well. I am going to have to use some nail foil glue, so I'll go ahead and brush this on. And I'm using a very thin layer because remember, all I want to do is get it sticky. Actually, it came off. I wanted a thin layer and it came off in a thick layer, but whatever. And I'm going to have to do some really serious precision here because this thing is just about as big as my nail is. So you'll notice I've done a lot of these techniques on my short nails. I had to cut all my nails down. And, you know, just because you have short nails doesn't mean that you can't have beautiful nails, people. So do your thing. Do your thing. Okay, I think this is probably going to be ready. So I'm going to have to really squeeze this in because I want to fit that A, B, and C in there. You see the little letters at the bottom? I want to fit that in there. Let's see if I can do it. I don't know if I can or not. Okay, I got A, B. Can I get C? Can I get C? I think I got C. I think I got C. Okay, so the upper corner is just a little messed up. That's okay though. That looks pretty cool to me. Okay, I am going to have to clean this up a little bit, so I'll use some polish remover, and that's okay because that was the corner I messed up earlier anyway, so it'll just fade off into the nothingness. So I have some acetone on my cleanup brush, and I'm going to make sure I don't have too much. I just put it on my skin real quick, and I'm just kind of going around it. Can you guys, am I even, oh yeah, I'm there. I'm just going around the top, right in that cuticle. I'm cleaning it up as I go. Okay, I think that looks amazeballs. Okay, so now let's top coat these bad boys. Okay, I don't use anything less than Maniology, or BMC it used to be known, top gel coat. I love this stuff. It really is my go-to, and I don't really use any other top coat. They might not even make it anymore, which scares the living poop out of me. And I haven't really emailed anybody about it because I'm kind of scared, but whatever. I guess I'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. By the way, I do hope you guys enjoy doing these math nails with me, or these back to school nails. I call them back to school nails, but really they're just math nails. It just makes my heart sing. I love teaching math, y'all. I don't know if you know this about me. I am a math teacher. And it really does make my heart smile that I love what I do. I love the students I work with. I'm a very, very lucky lady, and I know it. And I get to teach people about the Pythagorean theorem. Like, what's not to love about that? Hello. This one's looking a little wonky, but hopefully after the top coat, he'll look better. That's usually the case, but I also will go back and I'll clean up. I just damaged it. Poople snaps. I'll go back and I'll clean up with some acetone after I get done here. It should be no big deal. Okay, everyone, I lost the actual ending video for this part of it. But anyway, I had some time to think about some fun stuff. So here's my ambassador code for Maniology. It's Groove Mama. And I do hope that you will follow me on Instagram at Groove Mama as well. Here is my finished product. These are my back to school / math nails. And here's my thumb. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And yeah, until we meet again, I do hope that you decorate every nail you got, peeps. Bye.